So you've been invited to a wine tasting and you're not quite sure what the proper protocol is. We're going to give you a few pointers right now.
So whether or not you're tasting professionally or doing it in a casual setting, there's only a handful of things you really need to know to navigate a wine tasting with ease. The first thing you need to know is don't wear a lot of fragrance.
Everything around you can affect the smell and taste of a wine.
It's going to make it very difficult for you to accurately assess the wine, and it's also going to make all the people around you kind of fussy because they're not going to be able to figure out what's in their glass because they're only going to smell you.
So don't be that person that is heavily scented.
What I consider to be one of the most important things, and it's a huge pet peeve of mine, is make sure you hold the glass like this, either from the base or from the stem. Never do this. And there's a few reasons why. Number one, yes, it can warm the wine. Unless you're cupping it and holding it like this, it's not gonna warm it that much, but it can happen. Number two, you're gonna leave fingerprints all over this wine glass and it's just gonna look gross. If you have finger foods involved and you're having a little piece of this and maybe something that's kind of greasy, the next thing you know, you're gonna know which one's yours because it looks terrible. The easiest way to transmit aroma to a person is with human oils. When you grab the outside of the wine glass, crystal wine glasses, and you go in to assess the aromas, you're going to be smelling a whole lot of the stuff on the outside of the glass. And it's going to make it very difficult to understand exactly what wine you have and get the aromatic qualities from the liquid itself rather than the funky stuff on the outside.
One thing I always recommend is eat something before you attend the wine tasting.
You're gonna go drink alcohol for a few hours. If you have food in your stomach, it will absorb slower.
Yes, they're probably gonna have some food there, some palate cleansers, but if you go to a wine tasting on an empty stomach, you are setting yourself up for getting drunk really fast.
Even spitting all night, you're still going to absorb some alcohol. So having something hearty beforehand is going to ensure that your night can go a little bit longer.
Spitting sounds kind of gross, but it's actually really important.
You might be drinking all night long. You might taste 55 wines. Even a sip of each is going to catch up to you quickly.
Nathan and I taste wines on a weekly basis, but every month we get together in our corporate office and taste wines literally all day long from 9 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon. If we drank all that wine, we wouldn't be very good at our jobs. So spitting is essential. And it's okay to have like a solo cup with you and just discreetly spit the wine out. You're still going to absorb some of that alcohol through your mouth, but do not try or plan on swallowing every drop of wine that you taste. When you're actually tasting at the event, take your time. Take a look at the wine in the glass.
Look at the color, make some assessments of it, give it a swirl, and then give it a sniff. Lean in, draw shallow, slow, and then do a quick stiff draw so you can get the different qualities that are going to come from the liquid. The different aromatics will leap forth based on how hard you are actually inhaling.
And then taste the wine. It's not a race. You don't have to taste every wine at the event. Take your time and enjoy yourselves.
So you've been tasting all night and your mouth is getting a little bit heavy. Do you need a palate cleanser? Before I answer that question, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell and leave some comments below.
Hopefully at the event, they have offered some sort of palate cleanser, be it a cracker, even some water. I love to just take a sip of sparkling water between wines. It refreshes your palate. It prevents that palate fatigue, we call it.
So now that you know a thing or two about wine tastings and you want to host your own, stop by one of our ABC Fine Wine and Spirits retail locations or visit us online at abcfws.com. We have a huge selection of wines to choose from to help ensure that you have the best wine tasting ever. And check out some of our other videos.